As reported in the August 28th issue of Science magazine, IBM researchers in Zurich, Switzerland, have for the first time imaged the anatomy or chemical structure of a molecule with unprecedented resolution using atomic force microscopy. IBM scientists Leo Gross, Fabienne Mohn, Nikolai Moll and Gerhard Meyer, in collaboration with Peter Liljeroth of Utrecht University, used an atomic force microscope, operated in an ultra-high vacuum and at very low temperatures, to image the chemical structure of individual pentacene molecules. IBM scientist Fabienne Mohn comments,
"We are investigating single molecules, and probably everybody knows from the chemistry class in school that usually the chemists, they have these pictures, how they draw the molecules, these models, and with our work we were now able to really image these molecules like they appear in the chemistry textbooks."
While not a direct technological comparison, this is reminiscent to X-rays that enable the imaging of the bones and organs in the interior of the human body. To achieve this, as illustrated in this graphic with experimental data, IBM scientists used an atomically sharp metal tip terminated with a carbon monoxide molecule. This enabled them to measure the short-range regime of forces and image of the inner structure of the molecule. A tip terminated with a carbon monoxide molecule yielded the optimum contrast at a tip height of approximately 0.5 nanometers above the molecule being imaged, and, acting like a powerful magnifying glass, resolved the individual atoms within the pentacene molecule, revealing its exact atomic scale chemical structure. IBM scientist Leo Gross explains,
"So the calculations helped us to understand what is the origin of the contrast that we observe in the experiment. And I'll try to explain this in brief. First, we image the molecule far away. Then we see attraction by van der Waals forces. And this attractive part has no atomic corrugation. So the whole molecule is just imaged as one blob. And only when we go very close, we see on top of this attractive potential a smaller repulsive force. And this is due to the Pauli exclusion principle. This happens when the electron orbitals of the CO tip and the pentacene molecule start to overlap. And then we get this Pauli repulsion. So we have this large attractive force that also gives us the dark halo surrounding the molecule. And on top we then get this tiny corrugation which tells us the atomic positions and also the bond between the carbon and hydrogen atoms.
To corroborate the experimental findings and gain further insight into the exact nature of the imaging mechanism, IBM scientist Nikolai Moll performed first principles density functional theory calculations. He comments,
"The calculations helped us to understand where the contrast came from, and we saw that it was a quantum mechanical effect, the Pauli repulsion, which gives the contrast. In this animation we see a frequency shift independence of the height of the CO molecule over the molecule, scanning from large heights to small heights."
This result marks a milestone in surface microscopy and further advances the exploration of electronic building blocks on the ultimate atomic and molecular scale. Commenting on IBM's long-term goals, scientist Gerhard Meyer adds,
"Our long-term goal is to study electron transport in molecular systems or atomic scale processes in general on insulators and insulating films."
The team's current publication follows on the heels of another experiment published just 2 months ago in the June 12th issue of Science, demonstrating the determination of atomic charge states with the AFM. Both of these results will open new possibilities for investigating how charge propagates through molecules or molecular networks. In general, understanding the charge distribution will be essential for building computing elements at the atomic scale. Computing elements that one day might contribute to instrumenting and interconnecting IBM's vision of a smarter planet by being vastly smaller, faster and more energy efficient than today's processors and memory devices. This is Anne-Marie Cromack reporting.